Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Sunday, June 20th, 2021. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll touch back on that later maybe. It is currently 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity of 86%. On 25 degrees Celsius. It has been raining throughout the night last night, this morning. We're getting the end of Claudette, I guess, but there's storms stretching all the way back into the Gulf. I'm looking at a map now, a radar image. It stretches all the way back to Texas, coming across the Gulf right for us. So we'll be getting rain for the next, probably for the next day, according to the way this looks. Could fall apart, but cherry Coke. Not sponsored, but anyway, I fell right back into the old sleep patterns. It doesn't make any difference. Friday night I went to bed at like 12 o'clock and I was wide awake at 4. Stayed up for a couple hours and then ended up sleeping until noon. And then last night I was up until about 1 o'clock and laid down. And I slept right through until like 12:30, quarter to 1 this afternoon. So I guess my body needs that extra sleep. I don't know how I'm going to fight that during the week. I'm already going to bed at 9 o'clock at night to be up at 7:30-ish. I don't usually get home from the daughter's house until 8. So well, depending on what I do. She usually gets in between 4 and 5. Then if I go shopping or do anything else, we're just coming home to eat and take a shower and whatever, and it's 9 o'clock before I get to bed. So just deal, I guess. Ain't nothing but a thing. So, let's see, yesterday all I really did was I went shopping. I was going to go out and do a quick sandwich make a quick sandwich out by the river. Then I spilled my drink in the truck. Oh man, what a mess. Of course it was almost 90 degrees yesterday with the humidity and everything, so I was dying. Top that all off, my keys fell apart. I've been using one of these little cable key rings that screw together, and it's fallen apart on me twice before, maybe 3 times before. Last night it fell apart in the parking lot, and yeah, I was down on my knees picking up all my key parts, trying to hold on to them. What a mess. So that's got to go. I'm tired of that thing. I thought it was going to help cut down on everything that I carry. It doesn't. And you cut down on your key ring, and before you know it, it's right back up to being 10 pounds of crazy weight. So I know it's an exaggeration, but sometimes it feels like it. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't really get a whole lot else done. By the time I got everything cleaned up and got into the house, I was wore out. Took a shower just to help calm down, get my my body temp down, and I mean, ain't nothing but a thing, but and there's things that I want to tackle. Some things I still need to go get a couple of parts for, this, that, and the other. Or just come up with another idea. I started messing around with, I bought those pens. I bought these pens the other day at Dollar Tree to try and make them into a dart. And when I pulled the tip off, the insert fell right out. So that's a cool thing. That can be used in a kit as a very small writing instrument. So we'll see about that. And I want to figure out some way to put a metal point on this. This screw goes in pretty good that way, but that's not really what I want. So I'll go get a thing of nails that fits into there and glue them into place just to see how it works. I need to come up with a way to flare this back end to hold the fletching. I'll figure that out. So that's one thing. The pencils, I've got an idea on what I'm going to do with those, but again, just sharpening the tip isn't going to really work. It'll work on like this wooden arrow because it's solid wood. The pencil's got graphite in the middle of it, so that really won't hold the point. Excuse me. So I'll need to come up with something else on the end of that. Or just use them as practice, or I don't know, realize that they're not going to work. It's not a big deal. It's $1, right? Kids will always use up pencils. So, let's see. One thing I've gotten away from doing is I haven't been talking about our bat flu here going on. So, what are we at? Week 63. Things seem to be calming down quite a bit. There's more and more talk of places opening. Mask restrictions or mask mandates being taken off, and just cities opening, people trying to return to work or whatever, get out of the house. So it looks like there's some good news on the horizon. And they hear these stories where they're saying it's going to come through again. And there's still countries that are really suffering from it. So we're locked down from it. Haven't heard a whole lot lately about fatalities, but then I don't watch TV. I don't watch the mainstream news. So that could be why I'm not really up to date on it all. But it seems like it's a whole lot better than it was a year ago, 63 weeks ago, 33 weeks ago. So, what to do. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there, and all you single parents who filled both roles. I got invited to my son's house this evening for dinner, so I'll be going there. I did. I've said this before. My family waits till the last minute to do anything. So, my one daughter said, "If you want to come over," just a little bit ago, she said, "If you want to come over, we're gonna do hamburgers and stuff on the grill." You should have hit me up earlier yesterday, because your nieces hit me up yesterday afternoon. Anyhow, it's Sunday. You know, the regular routine. Actually, I broke the routine and stripped the bed down yesterday. The sheets are actually in the dryer right now. I used another set to build the bed back up again. Just because I walked in and looked, and it was like, let's do this thing right now. So I went ahead and did that. Actually, that was kind of late last night, and I threw a bunch of stuff in, including, like, you know, this long shirt and what have you. So this is a night shirt. I mean, it comes all the way down to my knees. Kind of on the lines of an Indian kutra, or a changsam from the Orient. You can wear shorts or trousers underneath it, or not. But I like them. They're comfortable for wearing around the house. I'll wear them out. I put on a pair of pants underneath of it and wear them out. It's a weird look, I guess, but you know, it's especially nice if, like, when I go over to watch the G-Brats, I end up laying down on the couch. This doesn't ride up like a regular T-shirt will, and you know, leave my belly out to be chilled by the fan. But the kids kind of get a kick out of it too. About my long shirts. The other day, I don't know if I guess they haven't seen it before, or haven't realized it before, or whatever, but I got out of the pool, went in and took a shower, and then turbaned my hair up. I came walking out of the bathroom, and both of the little guys just fell out laughing at me. It was like, "What is wrong with you two?" And they're pointing at my head, and I guess their mom does it. You know, she's got long hair. They just hadn't ever seen or hadn't noticed me doing it before. I don't usually do it getting out of the pool, so I don't really shower there all that often. They just thought it was funny. But, you know, hey, it's what you got to do when you got long hair. I've been doing it for, well, as long as I've had long hair. It works for me, so anyway, yeah, so I don't know what's in store for the week ahead. I'm getting more acclimated to the schedule. Other than, like I said, depending on what time the daughter gets home from work, you know, it limits my hours out. There's a couple of things up here that I want to get out and do. A couple of locations that are possible to do them. So we'll just have to see. to go out and cook something. Well, even here at the house, to cook something, it ends up being a real production. And you know, half the time I'm just hungry. I want to eat right now. I don't feel like spending the time, you know, setting up the shot, cleaning everything up, making sure there's nothing else in the shot, getting the lighting set up, because I don't have that lighting set up all the time. You know? I have to take it down from here and put it over there, or you know, move it from there to here and turn that on, or you know, this one over here. You know, yeah. So you have to, you know, kind of set things up. Some things like this light, I know, doesn't really work well when I'm doing a video like this, so I can turn it off. But I may want to take that and set it up, you know, over the sink when I'm cooking on the stove. So, you know, there's all that stuff involved, and it's as involved when I'm out cooking at a small park. Maybe not quite as much, but you know, it's just more things that you have to carry. You have to bring in your tripod and you know all that stuff, and then check and make sure the lighting is right, and even just shooting a short haul from, you know, one of the stores or whatever inside the vehicle. I set my cameras up on 2 or 3 different locations and then look to see where the best light is at. I may drive around in the parking lot, find a nice shady spot and see how that's going, or face into the sun, see how that does. Every shot is different, so it's not just, you know, turn on the camera and shoot. So, and I'm not saying I've got the best lighting, the best, you know, anything out there. I'm shooting off of a, you know, a free cell phone, whichever one I happen to be using. So, you know, they are what they are, but I try to get, I don't know, decent lighting and whatever, decent shots. So, but anyway, yeah, back to, you know, there's a couple of ideas I want to do, but it just depends on the timing and whatever. So we'll see. The same thing with other little projects. Half the time, I'm almost finished with the project before I realize I should have set up a video to do it. And I've been doing this for a while. You know, I used to do Instructables, and I'd have the same problem with that. I'd be halfway into a project and realize, man, I should have been taking pictures doing Instructable. But, anyhow. We'll see. I've been looking for a large umbrella, kind of like a big golfing umbrella, to use at the daughter's house, so I can get out and be outside, not just on the deck, but go down a little bit, out by the pond or whatever, without being in the brutal sun. The sun here will fry you. It really will. So I don't know that the air will let me. It's a little better over at the daughter's house than it is here. She's a little closer to the river. Of course, she's a lot closer to the swamp, which is not too far out beyond her fence. So, you know, sometimes the humidity is really high over there. Sometimes it's not. It's kind of hard to understand. But I think where she's at, where the side of the river where I'm at, is a higher point. Not that Florida has a whole lot of high points, but slightly higher elevation here. She's on the other side of the river, excuse me, with a lower elevation. So they get more sea breeze and more of the wind blowing from west to east. It moves around that way a little bit more. So they get more breezes. Maybe that's the difference. I don't know. But it's still brutal hot and humid, even when it's not as humid. So just to get out and to shoot the slingshots or whatever, you know, watch the kids shooting theirs or watch them fish or what have you. The umbrella would be nice. I may just go with a small, quick pop-up, pop-up tent. They've got a couple of them now that are really like, basically you throw it up in the air, it comes down, it's open. So that's a possibility. But no real solid plans for the week other than, tomorrow night I'm supposed to go to the youngest daughters for dinner. Hopefully that'll connect this week, because the past 2 or 3 weeks, at least 2 weeks, something has come up that I haven't gone. So we'll do it. We'll try to do it this coming, or do it tomorrow, this coming week. Beyond that, I don't really know. I'm not staying at I haven't stayed at the oldest daughters for dinner the past 2 weeks either. Excuse me, but then I've been there all day. As much as I love them little hellions, they're little hellions. They're not really. I mean, they're fairly well behaved. They're 4 and 5. So that was kind of brought into focus yesterday when I called my dad. He was at my one brother's house. My one brother's daughter's house. Her 2 little daughters were having their birthday party. I guess they're real close on their day or whatever. But I think they're 5 and 7, maybe 6 and 7, 6 and 8. I don't really remember. But oh my goodness, they were noisy. Just in the background, and they've got little girl voices, so they're like high pitched. Man, we ended up cutting our conversation a little short because we just couldn't hear each other. But just the way it goes. I don't want to run over on this phone. I don't know when it'll cut out, so we're getting close to that point. Let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Time for more ice. I had to put that in the trash. Bye-bye.